Hi there, YouTube world. What's up? My name is Anna, and welcome to my channel. I guess we can call this kind of like my intro video, I guess, really. I've posted a few videos on there, which are just copies off of my TikTok, actually, and most of them are plant videos, which is kind of where it leads me to all of the things that my channel is going to be about. For the most part, it's going to be about crochet and fiber arts. I crochet and embroider. Those are the main things that I do. I've got a few projects that I'm working on that I'm kind of excited to show off and talk about. But there's also, of course, like with the transplant for my TikTok, I'm really, really into plants. I'm also really, really into the paranormal. So, like, it'll probably be quite the mashup of all kinds of things, mainly fiber arts and crochet, though, and just a little bit of everything that I kind of get up to. Maybe a little bit of media, like I have some crochet things that are related to some of my favorite TV shows slash books, books that are made into TV shows and things like that. Some of the things right now that I'm working on is like I'm really just now starting to get into like amigurumi and making plushies. The last couple of markets that I went to, and I had some plushies, I made really decent money compared to some of the other markets that I had gone to where I was doing mainly wearables. So that's been really exciting to get into, and I'm actually having a lot of fun making my making these plushies. And then like when I learned more techniques to it, I've been modifying them and doing my own colors on things. It's been a lot of fun, and honestly, I'm really obsessed with that squish that you get with like the blanket yarn. I want rugs out of it. Um, Years ago, I made t-shirt yarn, which is a great way to upcycle t-shirts, especially like once you get good at it and you can get like a full ring and you don't end up with a bunch of little pieces. That's really helpful. And I made a bunch of rugs out of those, and that almost like it felt like bunched up stockings after a while. And I really, really liked the t-shirt yarn rugs, but those have been pretty much like worn out, overwashed, ripped up, and has since been thrown away. But otherwise, they were T-shirts that would have been thrown away a long time ago. But now, like that squish, I thought I was never going to get over. But now that I've started doing like the blanket yarns, the squish for that is great. And I want to get some rugs actually made out, like one next to the bed when you get up in the morning would be wonderful. I want to get into designing some of my own patterns for some of my plushies. I have basically designed my own Krampus. I don't have one on me, actually. The last one that I made that I had went off as a gift, so I need to make one to have as an example, but he is super cute. So I guess Krampus is not necessarily supposed to be cute or whatnot, but he is super cute. Right now I'm working on a fox pattern, which I want to modify a little bit, the tail a little bit, so it kind of fits the whole like kitsune vibe. I've got some like sparkly furry yarn here. Actually, I just went and picked this up at my local craft store. And see, I picked this up. This is the Burnett's Sparkle Fur. And I got that. I was just obsessed with the idea of this on like my next Krampus. I think would be just so cute. I'm really never worked with fur yarn before, so I don't know how that's gonna turn out or how well that's gonna work up. Fur can be temperamental; it can end up with just a matted mess, and I don't want that. But I'm really excited for that for Krampus. So, and then here, let's open the other Burnett Sparkle Fur. This one I got in black, I thought, because it's a gray fox that I'm working on to be the kitsune. So look at that. You see that? That's nice. Oh, yeah, it's long and fuzzy, but it's got sparkle in it. So that's kind of what I was hoping for when it came to the kitsune kind of ethereal. And then this one is Lash Lux, and it's called Wolf Yarn by Lash Lux. So considered number 5 bulky. This is more. Oh, it's just twisted around each other, kind of twisted itself up. Like that almost might work too as a double stranded. Gives kind of a neat little, like almost double helix spiral almost. But that's really cool too. This is more natural looking. See, I think this might work good for the Kitsune. This might even end up a little bit on Krampus, because like Krampus wears the red coat, but he always has to have some sort of cool trim around his coat. And I have some of this really nice stuff that's like heathered, that's like kind of a black and a white, more speckled with black, I guess you would call it. And I've used that for the trim on a lot of them, but I'm getting low on it, and I don't want them all to have the exact same trim. And actually, one of my goals for Krampus is I need to nail down the pattern to his coat and the hood. For the most part, like I have like the body and the sleeves down, because the sleeves all have to fit around like the size of his arm. So I have that written down. But for the most part, for his coat, for the hood, I always kind of wing it. And it really depends on how much I feel like how long I want to make it. And I need to like standardize his hood to an extent, to the point where they all fit uniformly, at least. Maybe not the way that the point on it hangs down in the back. They can all be different, and some of them have pom poms. So, but I need to get more of like the basic hood past his head, because I've had to frog a couple of times because all of a sudden it's like squishing his head down really bad because I started decreasing too soon. But yeah, I really like this, and this is kind of, it feels really soft. Like actually, it feels more like fur. Yeah, I think this feels actually a little bit more like fur, which is kind of cool. I bought myself another um, just a boy 5 millimeter crochet hook with a rubber handle, because I run into the problem. I don't know if this happens to right-handers, but I am a lefty, so I imagine it happens to right-handers too. But I crochet enough with a handle crochet hook, um, that it comes loose in its handle, and it'll start sliding out, but it'll also start twisting. So all of a sudden, like you'll be holding it the way you're supposed to, but you're not hooking or anything. You're getting stuck all the time. And I just get tired of having to stop and fix my handle every, first it starts out every couple of rows or something like that. And then it's down to like every 5 or 6 stitches. It's like, screw this. I have been using a regular metal 5 millimeter hook for like Harlow and stuff like that. But I noticed after a while that it was starting to hurt my pinky finger right in here from the pressure of the metal resting there. So I made sure when I went there, I had to kind of look. I think she had it tucked in the back for the folks that really knew what they needed, because Walmart's been sold out of their 5 millimeter handled hooks for quite a while. So I was really happy to see that she had some. One of the things I want to get to is I found this little guy at a Dollar General here recently when they put out their Valentine stuff, and he just stole my little heart with his little eyes. And I'm like, I want to crochet a bunch of those. So that's going to be like my next goal, is kind of learning to do some of these curves here in like his tail. See, I don't know if there's a way to stitch that, or if you just kind of put a string through there and curl it up at the end. So I'm excited to try that. And I think he is just so cute. And I really would love to find, I saw at Michael's when I was there a while ago that they had black stuffing. So what I want to know is like, and I just need to look it up, I haven't, I guess, is like the kind of stuffing that they use in Squishmallows. Because it's different. I had a Squishmallow that exploded one time, and it looks different. But I would love to maybe get my hands on a little bit of that if it's not too pricey. So yeah, I just kind of want you to come along with me on this wild crochet ride because and not just crochet ride, but just life ride of all the things that I get up to. There'll probably be garden videos coming up in the spring because we just recently purchased a house and we've been here for less than a year. So we're still really getting to know the house and like the property and its potential and like beautiful dirt though. What I was able to grow last year when we got here was amazing. So like with actual time to plan, I'm really excited about that. And then of course, like I said, I'm into the paranormal and plants. Obviously, kind of goes along with the garden thing. So there's probably plants. I thought maybe I could take you out to the woods and I could teach you about a plant and we could crochet. I recently, well, not recently, I've been doing it for a while. I've been crocheting flowers for a little while. I won a blue ribbon in the fair for my crochet bouquet recently, actually. So I kind of want to get more into that and I want to try and do more wildflowers like crochet the the flower of the day that we find out in the woods or something like that. That could be a lot of fun. Have a wild bouquet. I'm really into the. I'm not sure how they're made. If they're tufted or if they're latch hook or if they're a combination of everything. Is those rugs that look like mosses? I really want to try one of those. So I really just wanted you to come along for the ride for all kind of the crazy stuff that I get up to because it's a lot of yarn. I'm a busy ADHD kind of person. But there's also a lot of stuff that I get up to besides crochet and yarn. So I hope you want to kind of join me for my for this ride, and let me know in the comments if you have any tips on keeping cat hair off of your plushies because I do my damnedest. I keep everything in like bins and do my damnedest to keep it off the floor. But I tell you, like everyone, there's still going to be cat hair in it. Like you're going to find one of my hairs in there. That's part of the magic of crochet, which is another one that I want to talk about too. It's like magic behind crochet and string and that. You got any tips on how to keep animal hair off some of your projects and stuff like that? Let me know in the comments down below. And please give me a like and a subscribe to follow along and see what kind of other stuff I get into.